Well, here I am again. This time I want to make the model of the pulleys which will accommodate the ropes of the crossbow. Now I have already designed the complete crossbow in Coral Draw, and I know the sizes, but this software DesignSpark is an excellent software to make the 3D model and then print it. I'm not an expert on this software, so let me try, and maybe some of you will like to follow. It might not be as quick as when an expert does it, but anyway, what I've learned here is it's best to follow the axis, the horizontal and the vertical. I already know the size of these pulleys, so let me start. Each of the blocks in the grid is a millimeter square. I want an 8mm hole through my pulley. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will draw a line. 2, 3, 4. And I know the hub of my pulley, I want it to be 16mm. So I'm going to go 8mm this way and 8mm that way. Now I can just type 80 in there, and it will take it there. So I also know that the hub, I want my hub to be 10mm thick. It should be strong enough. So I'll have to go up 10mm. And I do it on both sides, 10mm. And then I have to connect the two lines. Now from the center, which is the horizontal axis, I want my pulley to be more or less 15mm. So I'm going to draw a construction line from there up, and if the diameter is 50, then that should be 25. So now that is where I want the rope to run, and that rope is 6mm, so I have to draw a small circle. Obviously I'll have to take 3mm up because I want a 6mm circle. Let me just say 6. There is the circle. Now I want to go down 4mm, and the thickness of this part is going to be 12mm, so I'm going to go 6 this way. No, I drew another circle, which is not what I wanted. Okay, do it again. 4 down. I have to draw a line now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go 4 that way. No, 6 that way. And 6 this way. And then let me just draw a line from there. That's a 14 millimeter line, and then I go up 14 again, yeah. And then I have to go to the polyline, which is there, and I pick the circle and connect it there, and I pick the circle and I connect it there. Now I can round these corners, so I pick the rounding tool and I take it down. I think 0.8, 0.9. I type it in there, and I do the same this side. I round it to 0.9. Now I can get rid of this part of the circle by going to this tool, the trim tool, and I trim there. So my rope is going to run in this wheel here. Now I change the mode, then I take the select tool and I select everything. And then I go to pull. And I want to pull, I want it to revolve around an axis. So I pick revolve, and I also have to pick the axis. So I pick that axis, the horizontal axis. And I say it's a full pull. So that now created my pulley. I can get rid of this construction line. I don't need it anymore. So obviously this pulley cannot work yet because it doesn't have spokes, and I want six spokes. So it would be a good idea for me to select both these axes, and then you go to that grid which actually chops the pulley in the center. And now I can draw let us say I want this spoke to be 6 millimeters. So I go 3 millimeters that way and 3 millimeters this way. And this thing has to be a closed. So I have to do a 3-point arc. And I'll do a 3-point arc there. And to make it exactly the radius of this circle. And I have to do the same here and make it exactly the radius of that circle. And now I have one spoke. Now let's see, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's change this, and then I can select that spoke. Now I can say I want to move it, and I want to move it around an axis, and I want to move it around this axis here. Why is it not moving? Let me try again. Select the item. And say move. Oh, okay. Then I say I want to remove around an axis, and I want to remove around that axis. And I want to create a pattern. Now let's see. But that is not possible. No, I don't know. It's not working. Select it again. Maybe I should pull it. Yes, again, I have to pull it, and it has to go around an axis. And that is the axis that it should go around. Yeah. And no, it does not give me the option to make must be move. Select, click move. I'm sure this should go down here. Yes, that is where I want it. It has to go around, and it has to create a pattern. So let us see now if I start moving it. Yes, it is moving, and I have to move it slowly until it gives me a few patterns. Then I only need to say how many I need, and by the way, it is already having 6 there, so I can enter. And there are my 6 spokes. Now those are just surfaces. I have to pull them. So I have to select all of them. Control and select. And now I can say pull. And I have to say pull them in both directions, because otherwise it will not be in the center. And there I go. Let's make it 5 millimeters. And yes, my pulley is now taking a good shape. And I can probably, I have to reinforce these spokes. But that is something we do later. Hey, this software is just great, man. Thank you for watching.